All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, which you call United States of America. And first and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
I want to give a double honors unto our apostles of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, and a sincere shalom to the Akim throughout the four winds of the world, pushing this truth and this truth and this doctrine in truth and sincerity. To you, we say shalom. I want to get into these Edomites, so-called white men, and how they're trying to stop this truth. But you can't stop this truth. All right, and it's prophecies that they're trying to stop, but you can't stop it. And the one main prophecy that they're trying to stop is, somebody get it, Revelations 13 and I think 9 and 10.
Yeah, okay.
He that shall go lead into captivity. That's what they're trying to stop. That's that nightmare that's going to become reality. You know, that's that payback that the children of Israel, the people on this side, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, are going to get back on our enemies. Okay? And that's why these devils is running scared right now. They're trying to change the meaning of words, change the doctrine, trying to say it doesn't mean actual captivity, slavery. All right, when we know what it means. All right, and that's gonna happen. All right.
And you know who we talking about, by the way.
Yeah.
You know exactly what the brother is talking, who he's talking about. You can't switch the narrative, man. All right. The scriptures say what it say. You can't make it say anything else.
Okay.
One scripture with a different interpretation, I would say, or a false interpretation, doesn't change the overall message of the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The message is still the same, and you're going into captivity, man. Bottom line.
Yeah,
That's it. It's only right.
someone got that?
You got it. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10. It says that any man have an ear, let him hear. Meaning if you can receive it, digest it. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Who was led into captivity? Who was led into multiple captivities? But this last captivity here in America being the worst of the worst. Who's still in captivity? These people on this side, the Israelites. Therefore, let's continue, brother.
It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
We're patiently waiting for this. But back to the beginning of the verse, it said, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So hey, there's a recompense for everything. All right, the Lord is gonna, that's a reward to, the Lord said, I shall give you the heathens for the inheritance. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's a prophecy that has to come to pass. He said, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Whose blessing was the sword? That's it. That's simple. Genesis the 25th chapter. Esau Edom, that was his blessing. And what has he done? Ever since his existence, killed with the sword. He even said in the end of that chapter, 27th verse, not 27th verse, Genesis 27, that the days of my
The days of mourning my father
are at hand, but
now should
I slay my brother Jacob?
Yep.
And that's what he's been trying to do. You know? You got it.
Zechariah 2 and 8. And it reads, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoil you, for he that touches you touches the apple of his eye.
And you just didn't put your hands on some heathens, some Hamites, some Amalekites, some Ishmaelites, you did some on any old body. You put your hands on the apple of the Most High's eye, his favorite, his chosen. So you don't think there's a reward for that? A consequence for that? It's a heavy consequence for that. All right? And they don't like the word slavery. We could say you're going to be full-time employees in the kingdom of heaven.
Don't worry, you get it off, Dave.
Yeah.
Get it off, Dave.
You know?
No big deal. I got one right.
You got it.
This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed to the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, our power. And I read that because if you can receive it, you can see the fact that we're still in captivity today. All right? And this man is trying to find a way to put us back on the chain, but it's going to be a digital chain, a chain powered by technology. Okay? That's what he's trying to, which goes into that implant, you know, so on and so forth, but that's what he's trying to get us back into. And he can only do that because we're subject unto him at this point. All right?
Real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives, held them fast, they refused to let them go.
And after our captivity was up, after they were supposedly freed slaves, emancipation, they're supposed to let us go back.
1865.
Yeah.
The Klan was still lynching us, and the Klan was still lynching us in the fucking 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s.
It was more lynchings after slavery than during slavery.
Right. And here's the worst part. And then this devil, with the 13th Amendment, he got free slavery. That was literally a form of slavery. And then they targeted our people to put us in jail, and they got free labor out of us. That's slavery. Okay? And that's still in effect today. So let's not act like
that movie Life.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Even though it was a comedy, but that was reality.
They had to tell that in the comedy
Huh?
to keep the seriousness off of it.
That's something that happened to Jake all the time. It shit happened to Jake today. How many Jakes are sitting in a prison cell for some shit that they didn't do, and then 40, 50 years later, oh, it's DNA evidence. Yep. This man's life is gone.
Yep.
You know?
The Central Park 5 was a classic.
Yeah.
That shows you that captivity and slavery is synonymous. It's really when you're in a prison, you're concentrated in an area, and the people that are watching over you, they're making sure that you are confined to the rules of that particular prison.
Confined to that area.
That area, and while you're there, they're pretty much going to keep you active. You're going to be working. You're going to be laboring.
Yeah.
That's slavery.
And that's why that Baruch 8 is so powerful, because you are subject to payments. That's what keeps you confined of showing up to work every day. If not walking off the job, you got to keep your livelihood going.
His contracts, his birth certificates, Social Securities, all that.
Yeah. So what is America? You just described a prison. What is America? They monitor us. They look at us. They tell us we can go here. We can't go here. We need a certain type of paperwork to leave the country.
Yep.
And they're trying to do that same exact thing, but on a digital aspect. Global.
And it's funny because in the metaverse, there's places you just can't go.
Yeah.
You know there's going to be that in the metaverse. Okay? And this I was hearing Snoop talk about the fucking metaverse. Yeah, I'm going to upload all the homies' music to the metaverse, get him paid. And I'm like, what's wrong with reality? What's wrong with reality? But that's the type of world that they're conditioning you, the people of the earth, to be in the mind state of. And that's what our job is to do, to keep you out of that mind state, to free you by the truth of what this devil's doing, and that the Heavenly Father's going to come and throw this thing down when he sends his son back to the earth.
Yep. Right. Real quick, since you said that word, this is the book of John. Y'all know where I'm going. This is John chapter 8,
Verse 32.
and verse 32. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Right.
That's the only
that truth is really freeing your mind.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not in that mental captivity anymore. You see the truth. You understand that you have a heritage, that that the Heavenly Father has a name, and His Son has a name, and they're on your side. You begin to your eyes begin to open. You know, the Lord begins to open your eyes unto this truth, unto this knowledge. All right. Yes, of course, we're still in a physical captivity, but that's the first part of leaving this place. You know, leaving this place spiritually, leaving this place mentally. You know.
Isaiah 61 verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
Who's the meek? The Israelites, man. You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, particularly you that are sighing and crying for all the abominations that you see and that you have to deal with in the earth today. You can tell there's something wrong, and you're seeking for a deeper truth.
Yeah.
And when you find it, this will free you. Okay, so that's who the Spirit of the Lord is searching out, those weak, those hungry. All of our people need it, but on this go around, it has to be of the elect that get it first.
That's right.
To proclaim liberty to the captives.
It is freedom
Yep.
to the captives.
And
That's
the
literally what liberty means.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's simple. Who's bound? Who's captive? You know?
Who has the hardest time getting up out the ghetto? Got to
Man.
do some questionable shit
Yeah.
to move up in life, to move out of a dangerous living condition into a better living condition, to move out of a food desert into somewhere that has fresh fruits and vegetables in the neighborhood. Why should we have to drive just to have fresh vegetables and meat and whatnot? Why do we have to drive 5 miles, 10 miles across town, sometimes even worse, just to get to a Whole Foods or a Sprouts or something? Why is that? Okay?
And it's also dealing with the spiritual aspect of Jake being in. Jake is within the prison of their own mind.
Yep.
They're trapped in these holes, you know, these prison houses of different religions and ideologies that the slave master bestowed upon them.
Yep.
Like Jake can't get, they can't get it through their heads that they're not Egyptian.
Yeah,
They
kinda.
have nothing to do with none of that black Egyptian crap that they study and go into today.
Yeah.
You know, going into the mythologies of the idols that the Egyptians served, going into their spirituality and their sciences. Esau put that knowledge upon you.
Yeah.
So you're trapped into that, man. He caused you to go into the ways of Egypt. So that became a snare and a trap to you, man. So that's one of those prison houses that you niggas are in. You
So
know?
this, to add to that, Egyptian and basically Hamites, Africans, however you need to hear it, that has always been a scapegoat for people of color.
Yeah.
A place to send you and a place for us to go hide out,
Yeah.
so we didn't get persecuted as the people we were. Okay, there's a reason for that, because the simple carnal-minded people, they only see skin color. So
Yeah.
that's telling you that our people are hella simple and in a lost prison mentality, because you can't escape the fact that there's more than one type of dark-skinned people on the earth.
Right.
Because you lived in Africa doesn't mean that you're from Africa.
Yeah.
Okay? Let alone the name, you don't even go into the meaning of the word. But simply so, people can't get past the simplicity of the mind of getting past the color of the flesh.
Skin color, yeah. You got it's 2022. You got Jake still calling himself black
Right.
Yep.
and proud about it.
Yeah.
That's another prison right there. Like the brother was going into, man.
Yep.
I'm black. Like
That's
ain't nobody up here black.
Nope.
Ain't no. We're all different shades of brown, but that's something that Jake can't wrap around their mind.
And
You
that's
know?
something else that your slave master gave to you.
Yeah.
And black, it carries like a negative vibe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's negative.
Yeah, as long as you continue to identify as black, you're gonna act black.
Yep.
Your behavior is gonna be black.
Yep.
Meaning dark, man. When something is void of light, it's dark. And you've been in darkness this whole time. That's why you suffering. That's why you in captivity.
Yep.
You're destroyed for the lack of knowledge, which is your ignorance. Blackness symbolizes ignorance.
Yeah.
You know, being a spiritually obscure to your power, to the things that are required of you, how you're supposed to live.
Impure.
Reality. You know.
Yeah.
It's void of light and
Yeah.
void of understanding.
Understanding. Yeah.
Niggas.
That's a nigga
Which
for you.
means dark.
That's black culture.
That means dark.
Black culture, man.
Getting deeper into the word Niger.
Yeah. You wanna know what these niggas is fussing about? Everybody, Jake, the hip hop world, Jake world, they going crazy right now because of some dumb shit between this guy Hassan Campbell and this guy Whack 100. Why is the whole world talking about this? I'm talking about amongst Jake.
Yeah.
Why y'all focus on that shit? Because one is entertaining, so you're gonna definitely keep tuning into it. But two, it just shows you how jacked up you are as a people.
Yeah.
Jake got that natural evil eye for one another, like the curses say. Jake like to gossip and keep drama just rampant within their communities, man. Jake don't respect each other.